My name is Elisa Wallace. I do 3-day eventing. 3-day eventing is one of our equestrian sports in the Olympics, which I was long listed in 2008 with my 2 advanced horses, but unfortunately those 2 had got injuries and so they're out. So now the horses I've brought to you today are younger horses. Well, he's 11, but younger in their training, and they're coming along. And oftentimes with eventing, it can be very hard on the horse, so there's an importance on our fitness and keeping our horses sound. They are athletes, so we have to make sure that their diet is correct, their electrolytes, their water intake. It takes a lot of time going into these horses. So there are 3 phases of eventing. There's our dressage, which is our base score, which tests the control, the obedience of our horse, which then helps us in our cross-country riding, which is our 2nd day. That's where we have the obstacles outside of the arena. And we jump solid fences that are brush, ditches, water. You see, I have a couple little mimics here of portable cross-country fences, but that's the best part. That's why we go through our dressage. The 3rd day is our stadium, which we have more so these poles that fall down, which we incur our penalties of 4 per rail if they fall. Cross country, if we have any types of refusals or the horse is disobedient, that's 20. If a rider falls off at any stage of the competition, that is elimination, so you want to stay on. Today I'm riding a horse. His show name is Big Jam. His barn name is Amigo. He's an 11-year-old Arabian gelding. He used to do endurance riding. And when I first started out on him, he couldn't quite canter on a circle, and he was afraid of poles. So I didn't think this one was going to jump. But he really does enjoy the cross country, and he's now competing at the preliminary level, which the fences range in heights up to, there's 3.6 to sometimes on our cross country, including our brush 3.9. The key with this horse that I try to do is work on relaxation, and a lot of that comes in our flat work for our dressage. They look for our submission, relaxation of the horse, control of our movements. So what I'm going to show you right now is just on our flat work. I'm going to try to get him to relax a little bit. We just ignore when they spook. It happens a lot, especially in a charged atmosphere. Typically a horse that likes to show off a little bit. I'm going to get him to stretch down over his back, because the key is to get your horse nice, relaxed through his back. You'll see sometimes he will toss his head and get a little hollow and ignore me. And that's still where we're working on in our training. And the process to get to the Olympics takes around 4 years with a well-trained horse. And there are certain selection processes that you have to go through. And even then, it's hard to still get on the team. So currently, as we speak, I'm working on getting younger horses up the levels so I can get back to where I was in 2008. There we go. Starting to relax a little bit. Scared. There's other exercises that we can do, such as making him move left and right, sideways a little bit, making him cross his hind legs, trying to get control of his feet, especially when he ignores me. With this horse, he really enjoys jumping, so whenever he sees the fences, he gets a little excited. That's good. Sometimes with these horses that like to gallop, they can get a little nervous in the canter. So we work on getting him to stretch, getting him to relax. All of this is super important for our first phase because that is our base score. So you want to try to get the best score you can, because the only way you can improve is if someone else who has a better score than you, something happens. Like they get a refusal or they knock down rails, and it can get really close. I've had a couple of competitions where you win by 1/10 of a point. So it's very important to get your horse supple and relax. Good boy. A couple more fun facts about eventing. It was actually developed by the military to help prepare the horses for battle when they had to go out and they were used back in World War II. And they had to go over ditches and things and stuff. They decided it should be a competition. And if you guys don't know, dressage also is French for training, which dressage also has a basis in training horses for war. That's why when you go and watch the Lipizzaners, a lot of those moves, the airs above the ground, which sometimes our horses do, which we don't really appreciate, they were designed for battle, which is kind of fun to know about our past. Okay, next I'm going to show you, I'm going to do a little bit of speed work, since it's what he wants to do today. A lot of our fitness that we have to do is developing a horse that has a good relaxed gallop, because we can incur time faults on our cross country. We cover up to 2.5 at the highest level, around 3 miles. So you really want to make sure your horse is nice and fit. And we have speeds of, the lowest speed is around 325, which is just a canter that you saw me do around the arena. We can go up to speeds of, and it's per meter because it's measured in meters. So at any time, sometimes on cross country, we're traveling at 25, 30 miles an hour when we're trying to make up for our time. And that translates to around 570 meters per minute. So I'll take you through. So this right here is what we would call 350 meters per minute. This speed is used at the novice level. No, but he doesn't really pay attention to me. Now I'm going to ask you to go up a notch. This is about 450 now. Letting him open up his stride a little bit. This is our speed at training level. Good boy. So our stride gets bigger. That's a scary way to sound. Now, I'm going to go a little bit faster. This is around 520. The key is you have to be able to have your horse go forward, then come back. Good boy. Go forward, go back. Oh. hard sometimes with the wind blowing the mic, but you can get a sense of our speeds. I'll let him catch his air for a second. Mine too. It looks deceiving, but we're actually doing a fair amount of work. It's important as a rider to be just as fit as your horse is. Oftentimes, I have a lot of students that have to work on core work because we do deal a lot with G-forces in order to stay on the horse. A lot of our drops in cross country are up to 6 feet, dropping down into water. So you can imagine that type of, I've had some fun experiences with that before. Getting his ear. Another big importance being an event rider is having good horsemanship, reading your horse, listening to your horse. If they at all feel funny, you need to make the correct decision. Yeah. I'm gonna pop him over a couple of fences. Oh. Relax. I know it's fun. Oh. Correction, blowing me off. Ignoring my aids. Getting a little bit too excited. Stop it. I make them trot. Make them a little excited. It's a good boy. Oh, full of ourselves today. Ready for Wesley. Again, you can see how the horse gets a little excited, but ignores me a little bit. Wait. That's going to be enough for him today. I'm going to pop on the little pony. This one's making me work.